If only, Puffer. But, alas, you're not smart enough to understand D20 systems.
Yeah, I would rather not have the dog drive my character. I don't want to get arrested for licking things or
Fair.
peeing on cops or
That's Brewbark's job.
right. Now, if they want, if he wants the dog to drive Brewbark, that's fine.
I'll just change into a wolf, and it'll be poetic.
Whatever the dog does, Brewbark does. There we go. Dog sleeps. Brewbark sleeps. Okay.
It's busy licking its butt right now. I'm kidding. Actually, you can't see her on the camera because the microphone's covering her up, so I guess that's good. Anyways, hello and welcome to the Ilderon Tales. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons today. We're a little bit behind, but it's we'll still have a good session. With that, I'm going to speed up our intro. You know the drill of everything you're going to see, live storytelling. If you want to learn more about the setting, Google search it. Thank you so much for being here. If you're under 14, stop and talk to your parents because you're going to see content that's inappropriate for you. And I'm going to also speed through the recap of last session. Last session, the party was, they fought the doppelganger. They got XV's Shadow reunited with her, and as they were signing up for the arena, it turns out the new arena sponsor is not very forgiving, and she censured a guild. An alliance of guilds went on strike from the arena, and with that, the arena fight is going to happen. However, no prominent fighter is taking part in it. To preserve their honor, the gladiators joined in the strike. Talking to, as they left, they picked up 2 new members of their group. One of those members is going to be departing as the life of a gladiator is not for them. And off screen, the player messaged me they're not going to be able to continue the campaign. From there, the party stumbled into a mystery going on in the city. Many women have been being kidnapped and gone missing, and the party has potentially information on it. They let some Risen members know who are investigating it, and the party is bunkered down in a inn, waiting on the investigators to come and have a conversation with them and get the information that they know. From there, we had an in-between session in which we just did a little bit of decision-making stuff since we weren't able to play last 2 weeks ago. And the party went out and applied for a blue contract while they were waiting on the Risen member to come. One of the party members passed the initial evaluation, and another Risen member is being dispatched soon to follow the party and tail them for a day and evaluate their decision-making skills to see if they are worthy of a contract that gives them the ability to take life with less consequence. If you kill somebody while you have a blue contract, there's still the potential of consequence. There's just less immediate consequence. With that said, let's jump into the session. It is the night of the 37th of Noble. The party is in the city of Sky's Reach. It is the capital city of Ililnagai. And let's get some more appropriate music. You all are waiting inside of the Singing Ghosts Tavern. And I should have had my character cards out a year and a half ago. Oh no, I just dropped everything. Oh, that's a good box. I dropped everything and the box tilted and hit the corner and all the cards stayed exactly where they're supposed to be. Alright, so Tyson Fireforge will be leaving the party as you guys have been waiting and talking about some of the things that you get into. Tyson has decided this life is not for him. Gone as quick as he came. With that said, the rest of the party is inside. I think you guys rented out a wing of this place for your guild. And let me pull up my notes on the lady who is coming here.
Wait, which one was he? Was the apprentice or the cleric?
I'm the cleric.
Okay, so the apprentice left. Sorry, I'm still getting used to.
Yeah, Tyson was a sorcerer. And I mean, you guys still have Exy for that. Oh, final little note. Jordan won't be joining us for tonight. I will be controlling XV for the evening. XV looks at all of you disappointingly. Okay, so it is the night of the 37th of Noble. As you all are waiting in the Singing Ghost Inn, you are going to be joined eventually by a Arcanist. She is she looks human, and she is accompanying her are going to be. Say that again.
A whatness?
Arcanist. It is essentially a mage contractor. It's.
Oh.
I don't even know if I have a real world example. An engineer for hire, essentially.
Okay.
Or
Medical engineer for hire.
Yeah, actually, the more appropriate term for an Arcanist is a college graduate. That's
freelance program.
Yeah, that's more appropriate. She's you can get your Arcanist attribution, and it's basically a college degree. This is a magical college graduate that is here. Anyways, she is going to arrive. Accompanying her are going to be 2 other Risen members. As she steps into your, I want to use the term alcove, but that's not what this is. Lobby is a closer parlor. My mind is
entryway.
No. You guys have almost essentially a whole hearth area up here.
Sitting area.
Yeah. It would be kind of like a Hey, there we go, communal space. She steps into your guys' communal space, and walks down this hallway past your doors. Everybody stand, look at her, whoever wants to. She raises a hand, greeting everyone, and says, "I'm looking for the guild Paid in Blood."
Found him.
Here.
She's going to.
Regis pays her no mind.
She's going to nod. Coming into the space. She'll take a seat on the couch, and she's going to say, "I hear you all have information on the missing individuals. I've been hired by the Supreme Light to track them down."
Well, we are then tracked. Do you have any specific questions, or you just want us to start from the beginning?
She's going to look around, and I'm pretty sure Jordan said XV was going to be sleeping this whole time. I'll roll a percentage die of if XV is here, but she's going to specifically ask, I heard there was a member in your ranks that escaped from their compound?
Points at XV. That and right there.
XV is not sleeping. She's on the leaning against the wall, and yeah, she'll nod. And let's see. Does XV have any information of the compound? I'm going to roll her a history check. She's going to say these, the people, once they go missing, they're near impossible to track or communicate with. We think it's more than just mere enchantments or anti-magic zones. Did you know anything about the space they were keeping you in? XV will communicate with her telepathically. And I guess, like, I will say what XV is saying, even though the rest of the party, like, wouldn't get it. Telling her that in the space her magic still worked, so it wasn't anti-magic zones, and there were other people there capable of casting magic, but the guards were patrolling constantly, and it was a incredibly small space, and there were only 3 other people with XV. XV tries to think on it, and she comes up, and she's going to additionally tell the guard that, unfortunately, one of the reasons that they were held so long were that as the guards left, they soon removed the doors entering into the prison cell, or entering into the section of the prison. So without being able to shape the stone or wall, they were pretty much stuck there. Taking all of that into account, the Risen member is going to make an Arcana check and fail horrifically. She's going to nod at all of this and speaks out loud rather than responding to XV telepathically, saying, alright, so your friend's able to confirm our suspicions. It's something greater or more or different than an anti-magic zone, but if that's true, I don't think any of these individuals are being held in Ilderon, or at least Ilderon as we know it.
That seems incongruous, since XV made it back and presumably did so by walking, more or less. Is there some kind of invisible portal or planar travel that you can just walk through and not notice?
She's going to nod and say, I have heard of such spells that can create small demi-planes connected and squeezed between space. Something like that was where they're being held. She shakes her head and says, it would be nigh impossible to find on our own. XV will probe her mind for any more information. I would like to also share with you guys the history checks for tonight. So far they've been 4, 5, and the highest roll of the evening, a 9.
Oof.
XV is going to think, and try and come up with anything before finally shaking her head and saying there were responding in the mind of the investigator and saying there were mercenaries there. Didn't seem to be powerful casters. Lots of people with swords and weapons.
Brewbox is going to go to XP and ask, have you showered since being abducted?
Yes, XV spent the day resting.
Shower.
She'll...
like cleaning, like removing scent.
Oh, removing scents? Let's see. I'll roll your percentage die. I will say the bathing for the Single Ghost Tavern, bathing tubs are brought out in the evening.
Here's a better question: Are showers and bathing facilities common?
Yeah, there is indoor plumbing at there's indoor plumbing in Sky's Reach.
You cut out.
Oh, there is indoor plumbing in Sky's Reach. So I'm gonna say it's a 60% chance she has. 1 through 60, yes. Above 60, no. 48. 48. So yes, XV has scrubbed herself since then.
Dang. I was gonna try and turn into a bear and smell around and try and maybe give them a direction, but nah. Okay. Well, XP has a natural sense as just XP. Could I just maybe, if I made the offer, would that actually be dumb or would that actually work? Saying, trying to follow XP sense.
You could do that. Also, additionally, I don't think XV's like the type of person to care for her armor. I just looked at her character sheet. She does have leather armor on that she would have been wearing that would probably still have sense even if XV the person is clean.
I like it, and Brubark is going to propose changing into a brown bear and trying to follow a scent, maybe give a direction.
Okay, before you do that, you are in a huge city. So it might
That's why
not
I'm
be something.
saying it out loud. That's why I'm saying it out loud to the Risen, who can give it a blessing.
And I think what she would say is, well, you know what? Most of the time she uses magic, so I'm going to roll her a intelligence check on this, or you know how well she'd be versed in tracking like this. And she's going to speak up and say, I think that would be wise, but if your companion can lead us to where she escaped from, that might be a good point to start from.
Roar, 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 roar.
Wait, have you already, so Brubark's transformed?
Brubark is now transforming.
Okay, give me a survival check, on, or you know what, I will allow it as either a survival or a perception check on, XV, just to sniff her armor and kind of identify a smell that's not XV's. Yeah, and so for the most part, even if like you guys start walking and XV gets like splashed with mud or something like that, you'll have the scent that you're kind of trying to look for as you kind of sniff around. It's like, okay, if I smell this, I might be able to follow something. It is worth noting, there's a one out of the 2 Risen members that came with Choalyn. What's her name? With Choalyn. There is another woman there out of these 2. One of the Risen members is dressed in complete blue, and she has gold trim on around her robes and dress. She has been writing this entire time in on a tablet, and she has not said a word.
I would like to point out that being a bear with keen sense, I get +2.
Okay, +2. So, yeah, that would be a
and have advantage with being a bear.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you passed the DC regardless, so. All right. So the plan so far is to go where XV broke free and sniff around.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. With that,
And I'll have my cape billow the entire time.
mhm. Okay. Let me just look at something. I think, Talith. With that, Talith, the tiefling that has been with you guys, the risen member that was guarding you, is going to speak up, and she's going to say, "I need to return to my instructor. I trust you're in the good care of Choalin and this blue contractor. If you require my services, send word to the Prism of Discipline and I will return." She's going to bow and she will go a separate way. Additionally, Tayden is going to have a thin expression as she doesn't think this is for her, and she's gonna say, "I'll just watch our stuff at the inn," and allows you guys to go off on the difficult tasks. Alright, so departing, we've got Regis, Larian, C's, XV, Brewbark, Choalin, the blue contractor, and 2 risen members that you guys don't know the name of. That said, you all, XV will lead the group, and she will try her best to get back to the part of town that she escaped from. She'll take you guys to, she'll take you guys on the main road back, or onto the main road through the inner city, or through the inner city, and then finally just out of the walls of the inner city. What's up?
Is Brewbark already in his bear form?
Roar, roar, roar.
So yeah, okay. So Regis is gonna hitch a ride on Brewbark's back for the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Roar.
All right. As you head to this section of town, XV is going to lead you guys off of the main road. There are a smaller set of buildings here that are being overshadowed by the wall of the inner city and the towering rises of Sky's Reach. This section of town, buildings built upon buildings, it is a small ratway splashing through puddles of water that have coalesced in stone that probably needs a little bit of treatment. You guys find your way down an alleyway until finally XV is going to point and say, and she'll say, "It was here, I believe." There is a wall here that XV does point to, but there is no door there. There are different doors and buildings you guys can go into and investigate, but otherwise it does not appear to be any super secret layer or any super visible layer.
Do I
Can you
smell anything? Like, with Brewbark?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a survival check.
Oh, I had already done that. I rolled
That
pause for
survival
1
check.
second? My headset keeps cutting out. I'm gonna try.
Okay. That
Yeah,
survival
just
check.
pause for 1 sec.
Okay, well,
Please.
I'm gonna just address Eric real quick. We're not gonna do
Okay.
anything important, but
Okay.
Eric, that survival check was for Brewbark to memorize the smell
Gotcha.
and identify
Oh,
it. So he
so
has it
second survival check
identified.
is
So
smell.
now anywhere
yes,
you go, you can look for that smell. And you still do.
Glad I have the advantage.
Yeah, I was gonna say you still do have advantage on it. We'll give Ost a second before I describe what Brubark is able to gander. You're so cute, Sonny. How you looking, Oz?
I think it's better.
Okay.
Hopefully, it won't cut out anymore. I switched to a different source.
Okay. I turned you down a little bit. I was getting a little bit of feedback, but for the most part, it is good. Alright, let's kick this pig. So Brubark, as you pick up this trail, you are going to be able to tell it has been in this area before, and relatively recently. If you keep sniffing, though, you can find hints of the smell actually leading away from this area.
I'd like to play Bloodhound and kind of follow the scent.
Okay. As you go searching for this scent, let me change the music. I think this is a little bit more appropriate. There we go. Or maybe this. I like this. There we go. All right. As you go searching for this scent, you actually find yourself in a much more populated area of this section of town. You find yourself coming out in a market square, and different communes of people moving about for their nightlife. More potently, you are going to smell this coming from a specific building. I'm just reading real quick. It appears to be a townhouse where several people are gathering. After watching it for a few moments, you see there are several different creatures there that have been led into the house. That might be what's causing this scent. As people go in, they seem cordial with one another, nodding and stepping into this large, luxurious townhome. How about the party gives me some perception checks? Okay, Caesar's giving me one already. 10? Okay.
Hello.
Brubark at 19, Larian at 22, and I guess I'm rolling for XV. I forgot. It's like, come on, Jordan, quit dragging your feet. There we go. Alright, who are we missing? I'm gonna take the first one for you. For Regus. And Regus. Larian.
Whoops,
and Brubark. You are going to notice each of these people heading into this building. They seem cordial with one another, and that might be because they are all a part of some of the same guild. Each one of them has a somewhere on their person a brooch, a symbol, a patch of a leaping tiger. The tiger itself is a sky blue, contrasting against their clothes. Those who have brooches of it, the tiger is made of some clear gemstone.
Brubark, with just hearing that, is going to start nudging his nose at that building towards the Risen member. And should the Risen member do a perception check? Oh, it's always do 13.
No, I rolled for them off screen. Oh,
Gotcha.
but yeah, they are there with you, and they are across. I guess they're in this path, and they're just kind of watching what Brubark has pointed out. XV also will get a perception check. Or will get a history check if she recognizes any of these people. Unfortunately, she does not.
So these people, they all have shadows, right?
Oh, Larian, to the best of your ability, it is late in the evening, and it is nightfall, and you guys are shadowed by other parts of the city. To the best of your ability, yes, they do.
Did we check these risen people and the major whatever
The Arcanist?
for shadows?
I mean, with your passive perceptions,
Yeah, the
yes,
Arcanist.
they do.
Well, Brubark is going to start walking towards the house. See who follows with me. Can't exactly communicate very well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I just go right behind Brubark. And I like look at the rest of the group and say like, so Brubark's going here. Are we following?
Hold on. XV. Relay what Brubacher is picking up.
Yeah, XV will give you we'll do a telepathic speech with Brubark. Let's see. Form a telepathic. It's a bonus action. Choose one of your creatures. Go to speak. Yeah, XV will message to Brubark and say, I don't recognize these people.
The sense to Brandon. The sense continues into the house, right?
It does.
I'm going to relay that back to XP, that the sense itself carries back into this house, and this is where it leads.
XV, yeah, she hates being the middle woman. She'll look at C's and say, he thinks they're inside.
Okay. Thank you. Then I guess we go in. Look at the risen member. It will be on you to make this a calm transition.
Okay,
so nobody's
so
screaming, "Oh crap, a bear!"
there are two people. There are two different risen members there. One has been transcribing notes this whole time. The other one appears to be a member of Discipline. The one that is transcribing notes, she's going to speak up and say, "Oh, I'm not to get involved with your methods or practices. I'm just to observe and report back." The risen member of Discipline is going to nod and say, "I'll do what I can. the Queen's grace on this matter, though, might be limited.
Well, we all just do our best. Go on, Brewbark. Just calmly, casual.
Roar, 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 and nod.
All right.
So Bluebark will sponsor forward, and the rest of the party can probably announce it.
You knock on the door. There is what seems to be a celebration going on inside. At which point, somebody eventually is going to answer, and let me roll a how important are they die. A younger boy is going to answer the front door, and he is chuckling as he opens the home, or as he opens the door. He's going to see Brewbart, the different Risen members, the rest of the party here, and his face is going to go a little wide as he says, Master Paros wasn't expecting additional guests beyond the tigers, or beyond the crystal tigers. Brewbark's cape is billowing. Okay.
We are not here as guests. It is a matter of business, and we will attempt to not disturb things unduly.
He's going to nod and say, I'll send word to the master. He's going to close the door, and a moment later, there is a half-elven man opening the door. He looks sickly. Before joining him, there is another figure. This man bears no weapons, but the evidence of probably what he's meant to do is very apparent. Sleeves wide open, muscles bulging, arms crossed, displeased look at all of you, short black hair. He stands behind Paros and says, as Master Paros steps to the door, and looks at all of you and says, business. My current contract's with the Tigers. You must excuse me if our records have gotten lost. What interactions do we have?
This is not a matter of business with you. It is a matter of the Empress's business?
Sky Queen.
Sky Queen's business. We're following up on something as an assignment from her. This will take none of your direct interaction, most likely.
He's going to nod and say, well, if there's anything I can assist with, he gestures out to the market square and says, I coordinate this space here, but my personal home I've actually rented out to the Tigers right now. If you want to conduct any sort of investigation, the Risen will have to come back with words from the Supreme Light.
Raw.
Can we just... oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Regis is going to check to see if this dude and the big muscle dude have shadows.
Okay. Again,
Perception check?
Yeah, again, from what you can tell, it does look like they do. You can give me a perception check if you want.
Oh.
If you don't trust your passive.
My passive is better than my roll.
Yeah, you look down. They've got shadows. You squint your eyes, kind of shake, and I mean, again, maybe something else is casting it, but to the best of your ability, it does appear that they do.
Yeah.
I
turn to C's and say,
Yeah, go ahead.
I turn to C's while still riding Brewbar. They're good. They got shadows.
Good. What's back at
I
them?
had a
ahead.
question. Should I say it?
Yeah.
Okay, so would I know who the tigers are exactly?
You can roll me a history check.
Okay.
I'll put it at DC 11.
Alright.
Or you know what? DC 12. DC 12. Larian, you have heard of the Crystal Tigers. You actually might have, if you want in your character's backstory, might have tried to work for them. They are a prestigious group of, they're a prestigious guild of elite mercenaries in Alil Nagai. You know, they do not come cheap, and their services are pretty effective. For the most part, you don't know them to be involved with anything sinister, as far as like illegal or illicit activities or working for like the Ruby Shadow or something like that. From what you can tell of the Crystal Tigers, they more so take jobs very similar to like gladiators. They take very specific jobs that might might pay well, but might be out of their skill set, as they are motivated by either the challenge or something else. But for the most part, yeah, this is kind of like a private security force that doesn't only operate in like warfare and bounties.
I understand too that disrupting these proceedings is against your general interests. However, there may be lives at stake for this situation. Your delay may cost them. I'm sure any appropriate paperwork can be taken care of in due time, but for now, if you would be so kind as to give us just a couple of minutes, it would be appreciated.
Rupert looks at the discipline on Risen and back at the house and do the head back and forth like 2 or 3 times, trying to point at going in.
Gesturing for what? Can you say that again?
To go into the house.
Okay. So Brewbark, that scent you smelled, by the way, it is not on these, it is not of these people. It's worth saying they have a different aroma. As you...
It was a long shot.
Yeah, as you are smelling it, it has been in this house, though. And it is rather potent. It is not these guys, though, so I just don't want to mislead you on that.
I gotcha.
That said, Brewbark is going to try and go... did you say you're going to try and go in the house?
I was trying to convince the Risen member to say, let's go in. Like, trying to convince her that it's the direction we need to go.
Okay, she will take your note of it, and she'll look at you and look at the homeowner and say, "Sir, it would be very costly for you if we had to shut your operations down here in the house and conduct a full investigation. Wouldn't it just be simpler to let us explore momentarily?" Master Paros is still going to shake his head before he finally says, "Look, I know my rights as a Lonagian citizen. They protect me, and if I am out of line, I want my fate decided by a light, as is my right to request." She's going to exhale and say, "Very well. I'll send word to the Supreme Light, and we'll be back soon."
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Roar.
See if Brewbark has anything else he can tell us before we go.
You all don't have to go. She's leaving.
Yeah, I get that. Well, we're not going to presumably at least, we're not going to barge into these people's house and, deal with it that way.
That'd be a good blue contract interview.
Yeah, probably not good blue contract behavior, yeah. But
Brewbark will sit down on the porch, maybe 4 or 5 steps away from the door.
Okay. XV is still mentally connected with you, too, if you... if you want
I
to
will
say
go ahead and I'll relay to XP that the sense definitely is very strong inside the house, and you are definitely inside this house. Definitely.
XV is going to nod at that, and she'll whisper to C's and says, "Whatever was on my armor, Brewbark is smelling in here also."
Is it old or present?
Very recent.
Well,
Regis scrambles up Brewbark's back, so he's kind of sitting on Brewbark's shoulders, so that he didn't, fall to the ground.
Kind of perched on my shoulder.
I'm gonna go.
More like when a dad puts the kid up on his shoulders, one leg over each.
So, is there anything that we should maybe be asking this person?
Are you asking me, or...
I'm asking, C's is asking XV, who can relay to Brewbark. And
okay.
I'll apologize, and sorry to put you in the middle again, XV, but, just kind of pictures at Brewbark.
She'll relay the message to Brewbark. And again, if Brewbark wants to respond, you're mentally connected to XV.
I would like to do a perception check to see if there's anything that stands out.
Okay, you're looking around these 2 people.
Oh, I meant through the door. Is the door open or not really?
Yeah, it's open as Paros is in it. There's a entrance hallway, and you can see people further into this house talking, moving about with one another. I would say you're going to notice the members of the Crystal Tigers that stepped in earlier. Some of them are on the first floor. Some servants are moving about. It appears that they are celebrating something deeper within. They are, to the best of your ability, arranged around some sort of long table, but you can't see anyone on like the left or right because you're looking down a hallway. So it's like you see the table, you see the members you can see, but who they're talking to or who else is in the room you don't see. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I'll do I see anything that particularly stands out, or not really?
About this place, let me read real quick. I'm gonna roll you a percentage check, and I may or may not ask for a Oh, give me an Arcana check, Brubark. Or nope, not an Arcana check. I'm gonna. Things don't jump out at you as crazy. I'm going to say, give me an engineering check. And it's just going to be a. Yep, it's going to be a flat intelligence roll. And it is for your knowledge of structures and structural design. Because there is no skill for that. Yeah, I mean...
This bird does not know architecture.
Yeah. You look down the hallway, nothing really stands out to you.
I'll just kind of look at XP and mentally say, nothing seems weird, and shrug my shoulders.
XV will turn and again whisper and relay that to C's.
Well, then I suppose we have to wait for the light, and presumably they'll be along shortly.
Paros is going to nod and say, well, if you'll excuse me, I have my guest to tend to.
Of course.
He's going to close the door, and he'll turn to, as he does, he turns to a Dieto, or rather the tall man, and he's going to say, a Dieto, we're going to have to, and he shuts the door on you guys.
Escape out the back, maybe?
Can I hear through the door? Being a bear?
It's going to be an active check.
I'm trying to listen to what he's saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's
an active check. You are there's so much stuff around you. I'm gonna say your passive is not gonna pick it up.
Oh, is it a still perception on that?
Yes, it is a perception check. At 13, it is going to.
Oh no, never mind. I don't have advantage. Sorry.
Yeah, it is going to be. I'm going to say it's too muffled through the door. As he says, I'm just trying to think of the conversation without giving all the details, which is we have to.
My passive perception is 17. Would I hear you?
It's going to be an active check. You can actively try and listen if you want. They've shut the door. You can move forward and kind of just put your ear to the door.
Yeah, I won't do that. That's not really a thing I would do, I think. Like, so am I going, like, I'm going to the door and just weirdly putting my ear?
No. I mean, however you want to actively try and listen. You have to.
I think I would just go near it and try to hear something.
Okay, yeah, give me a perception check. Oof.
Ow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say probably as you're like near it, Brewbark's like right there shuffling too, and he might be pushing you aside, trying to get the same. You're gonna pick up the same information. The door is making this difficult.
Ooh. Since Rebus is on Brewbark's shoulders, he's also going to try and listen in.
Okay, go for it. The blue contractor is going to, speak up and say, sometimes I love the law, sometimes I hate it.
Brewbark will shuffle back over and sit further away from the door. Just kind of standing guard.
What are the odds this place has a back door?
Inspecting this place?
Caesar's kind of saying that out loud. Or he's saying that out loud.
Yeah, inspecting this place, you can see it is loosely attached from the buildings around it. There are small alleyways that this building creates that connect with the road on the other side. If you look down one of those alleyways, if Caesar's walking around like looking through this building, you are going to notice there is a door on the eastern side of it.
Okay. He'll just kind of post up there, lean up against a wall where he can see it, not being particularly stealthy about it, just watching the back. And if possible, do it where the rest of the group can see him. Otherwise, get somebody to come with him.
Okay.
I can go with him if it's necessary.
All right. You can post up as you walk through. As you walk through the alleyway, passing the different windows of the first floor. Let me. Most of the windows are closed. The kitchen window is open as there are smells and sounds coming from it. And I will roll one last check. As you pass by this kitchen window, you are going to you're going to see Master Paros. He is talking with a woman, and the woman has the brooch of the crystal tigers on her vest, and she does not look very pleased at the things he is telling her. Finally, she is going to shove him aside and storm out of the kitchen. That is the small glimpse you get of that scene. You're able to post up at the back door.
Can C's hear anything that transpired between them?
This one I will let you do on your passive.
Okay.
Unfortunately, no. C's cannot. It's going to be active for C's. Pausing and looking pass into the window. You are going to hear, let me rewind my brain. Paros is going to say, what activity have you and your guildmates been up to? The Risen were knocking on my door with a set of contractors. In any case, they're going to be back with the Light's orders to search this place. she's going to respond with, we hired you to use this place for, or to use your home for discretion and to keep out intruders. You can understand our patron likes her privacy and does not want to be disturbed. Master Paros is going to say, well, there's little I can do to stop that now. She's going to shove him aside and say, fine, we'll find someplace else to stay. He is going to grumble, rubbing his shoulder, and say, it's an insufferable woman. She leaves the kitchen.
Okay. Who was it that came back with C's to the alley area?
I said I could go with you if it's necessary.
Okay. Just C's will whisper to him, did you catch that? He said da da, or she said da 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 da, and he said da da da.
Did I catch that?
Yeah, C's is able to relay it to you.
Okay. What I wanted to ask to C's is because I can't hear the conversations between the XV and C, so I'm like, so what do we know exactly?
Well, Brubark seems to think that the scent he's following is inside, and it's pretty strong. So there's a good chance that whatever or whoever we're looking for is in there.
Do you think we'll be able to get in?
Well, at this point, we're posted up front and back, so unless they have another exit that I don't know about, there's a good chance that they'll come out one way or the other, and Brubark will be able to identify or follow, and then we'll see about detaining. So this is a mercenary company, so they're at least likely to be capable, and we may have ourselves a bit of a challenge.
Did Brubark go back in the alley?
No, he's sitting on the porch with Regis on his shoulders.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, as you guys post up around the house, the contractor is gonna bite her lip and say, connection to the Crystal Tigers. I wonder if I have any contacts. Who knows what they've been up to lately. She's going to begin to walk off, and she'll say, keep an eye out on the house. If anybody leaves, send me a sending.
We can do that?
Well, I mean, she wouldn't exactly know how XV's been speaking to her mind. She's going to say, your Arcanus? Points to XV and says, has that not been what she's been doing?
No. These are short-range mental speech things. Not the sending spell, I don't think. Looks at XV.
Alright. The chances this lady has a scroll of sending on her, so you would have to give them out to contacts.
Or sending stone.
Yeah, I would say there is a 40% chance. 1 through 40, yes. Higher than 40, no. The die fell off the table. Alright, 4, yes. She is going to shake her head and say, alright. And she'll dig through her satchel, pull out a scroll, and says, if anything happens to you, immediately use this and call me, and I will be on my way.
Brubark nods and goes, roar, roar, roar.
Mm-hmm. Alright, she is going to hand XV a scroll of sending. I think Larian, XV, and Brubark are all capable of using it.
Roar, roar, roar.
Oh, she is going to depart. That leaves one Risen member there. She has posted up on the eastern side of the house. Still in the front marketplace, she is watching down the alleyway, and she is watching Brewbark and the others at the front. It is the Risen member who has been writing and taking notes the entire time.
Okay.
All right. A few moments are going to pass before finally two people are going to emerge into the back alley. You are going to recognize them as members of the Crystal Tigers, as they do have the clothing to denote them as such. Stepping out into this alley, they open the door and immediately are going to turn their glares onto C's and... Or not C's. C's and Larian.
It will not look good for you if the Risen come back here to learn that you are escaping or coming out through the back door. It makes you look like you have something to hide.
He is going to say, yeah, perhaps we do. Our patron would like you all to leave. I've come to ask once nicely. Otherwise, you'll be made to.
You can try at your earliest convenience.
He is going to look down at his... Or he's going to put a hand over his heart and say, I think I have an evening appointment available for you right now.
Oh, really? Clicks his shield out. Is it while I sit with you in your hospital bed and question you about your whereabouts over the past recent week or so?
At which point he is going to chuckle, pulling out a dagger.
Seize charges.
All right. How about we pick up here next session?
One more thing, just to make sure everybody gets in on the initiative roll. Seize will yell at the beginning, "Battle it is, then!"
All right.
Darian would go, finally, I'm fighting something!
Mm-hmm. We are going to pick up here next session. This is going to be fun. We'll see where we land, but you guys will definitely have a ear out for the or an eye out for the Crystal Tigers in the future and what's going on. That said, let's do experience for tonight. I think so. This group's kind of fallen behind, just in terms of like play and what's going on in the rest of the world and the number of sessions we've been able to have. I'm thinking if you guys aren't close to level 8 right now, I'm thinking what I might do is just say no experience for tonight, and the end of this combat, if you guys live or succeed, I'll milestone everybody to level 8. And
this is the first half of the same episode, sort of thing.
Yeah, and I'll let everybody, level up in between sessions. Just because some things are happening in the rest of the world that are going to kind of catch this group off guard, and I would like to move you guys a little quicker up the levels.
They're going to impact us.
Unfortunately. But yeah, so I'm not going to do experience tonight, and then next session, at the end of next session, I'll move everybody to 8. I would move everybody to 8 now, but...
what milestone do we move from 7 to 8?
How many milestones are you guys at?
No, I mean like, that's 6,000, 7,000.
Oh, let me look. Because if experience would naturally level you guys up, I will, use my brain to tell you guys what you would get. But
We're at 35,000 and change right now.
I am pulling it up now.
We're
So you're at, what are you at?
Wait, is that right?
We're 320 points away from having 6,000.
34,000 is level 8. So
Oops.
When I looked at your guys' sheet, you had level 7 characters.
I had level 7 character, and I had evidently gotten experience last time or whenever, and not gone back to check totals.
Okay, so you guys are level 8. Okay, that's great.
All right.
So,
I'm level 7.
Or should be level 8.
Yeah, you guys should be. Okay, so let's move everybody to 3,500 for level 8. And then you guys can level up because some of you should be level 8 in this fight, and I will do experience for tonight.
Say 35,000 or 3,500.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm at 35,720. Is what I'm showing right now.
Okay, yeah. 35,720 is what Caesar's at. Go ahead and move there, and I'm going to do experience tonight. You guys had one major moment of story. You found out the Crystal Tigers are involved with kidnapping people in Alona Guy, and I'm going to give you guys a minor a minor point of story. There was something else that happened that you started your evaluation for your blue contract. So a total of 1,000 experience for tonight. So the final should be 36,720 for everyone. And you can level up to level 8 before the next combat.
And can I give a little shout out to Brewbark for following the scent of the house? Heyo.
Yes! There was a little bit more I wanted to do with that, but you did not step into the alley. But Brewbark, you are right on the trail of it. And also, yeah, that was a interesting way of solving this. My methodology, and I'll hang out after the session and chit chat. Let me end the stream. So 1,000 experience for tonight. Our next session will be on the 5th of September. And I don't plan on recruiting anybody new for your guys' session. We're just going to keep rolling until it becomes, absolutely imperative. I like the group, and we will meet on the 5th. Everybody, thank you for watching. I'm going to end the broadcast.